Some guy's up before a judge for having stolen a car, gets let off, and went into the parking lot of the courthouse and stole another car.
Welcome back to Moose on the Loose. Today, Justin Trudeau is having a secret meeting with carbon tax Carney, Mark Carney. We don't know a lot about what's going on with this, but we do know there's a secret meeting. It's very much suspected it's with Mark Carney. Are they asking Carney to fill in Chrystia Freeland's shoes here? Is Freeland getting kicked to the curb? I don't know. That's kind of what this seems like, but who knows? We'll see here. We've got an interview here on CTV talking about this. Also, I've got a story about a guy who's being charged after doing something which maybe seems extreme. You guys will let me know, considering how many car thefts we have, and they just let these guys walk literally the next day. So let's jump into this. So basically it says, will Mark Carney enter federal politics? So basically there's a secret Trudeau meeting going on where they suspect they'll be talking to Mark Carney. It looks like they're going to probably shuffle him in to the by-election in Montreal and then try to get him in as the finance minister, probably kick Chrystia Freeland out. That's what it kind of seems like the parts are aligning here. So they'll keep Chrystia Freeland in for another couple months until they get what they think is going to be a landslide win in Montreal and then shuffle Mark Carney in. But obviously this all comes down to, does Carney agree? Does he want to wait for the party to completely burn and then try to come in next year? Who knows? So
Jeremy, good morning to you. What is the expectation regarding Friday's meeting? Is it all about Mark Carney?
Well, you know, a lot of it is speculation right now, Marcia, because the Prime Minister's office has not confirmed the contents of the meeting yet, despite requests to do so. What we know is that, Trudeau and his cabinet will be meeting virtually for about 30 minutes to talk about appointments. And so there certainly is speculation and talk that this meeting will be to introduce Mark Carney and to talk about Mark Carney and a potential entrance for Mark Carney into federal politics. But certainly the timing of this meeting is peculiar rather, when you think of all of the talk about potential cabinet shuffles since the Toronto St. Paul's by-election loss for the Liberals. The party has been looking for ways to bounce back and looking for a fix. Early on, there were calls for an emergency caucus meeting. The Prime Minister never did that. There have been public pushes for the Prime Minister to step down as leader of the Liberal Party. He has made it clear that that is not his plan right now, that he would like to lead Liberals into the next election. And so certainly the focus has shifted now on the potential of a cabinet shuffle that could provide, that refresh that Liberals are looking for to try and breathe a little bit of new life into the party and try and close that growing gap with the Conservatives in the polls. And so this meeting tomorrow will be crucial, and it will be kind of it could be perhaps a turning point for the Liberals in terms of...
Yeah, right. There's no turning point, man. Come on, CTV. Do you honestly think it's a turning point because some random gray-haired guy gets voted in and everyone's going to be flocking? Oh my God, the savior of Canada. It's Mark Carbon Tax Carney. Yeah, right.
Trying to take that first step to make things better, right? We've seen just for the last several months now, more than that even, the Liberals continue to fall in the polls. The Conservatives continue to widen that gap. And so the Liberals have been searching for answers and have not been able to find them, seemingly. And so this potentially could be that first step. We don't know exactly the contents of that meeting tomorrow, but it is expected that Mark Carney will be part of the conversation. We know that the Prime Minister has spoken to Mark Carney and has been having ongoing conversations with him. He talked about that and says he's been pushing for him to enter federal politics for some time. So certainly going to be an interesting day tomorrow as we learn what that meeting will be all about.
It's interesting, too. Chrystia Freeland was asked the other day about Mark Carney, and she's like, oh, yeah, I know him. He's actually my kid's godfather. Yeah, they know Mark Carney. They're very familiar with him. He's not like some stranger.
Jeremy, just quickly then, how would Mark Carney join the Liberals? Would it be through a by-election? Does the Prime Minister want him to wait till the next election?
Those would be the options. He could. There's an upcoming by-election in Montreal. Liberals are widely expected to win that seat, and so that would be the first option. Would be to have Mark Carney become the Liberal candidate in that riding.
Imagine being the candidate in that riding. You get kicked out because carbon tax Carney's going to get
pushed in there. And imagine that happens and then carbon tax Carney loses that by-election to a Conservative. Just wait, folks. It'll happen.
The other option would be to wait for the next federal election and bring him in at that point. But certainly there is hope among the Liberals that Mark Carney could be that refresh that they're looking for. Someone who brings, as the former governor of the Bank of Canada, of the Bank of England, someone who brings this sense of credibility when it comes to the economy, to finances. And
unlike Chrystia Freeland, who literally has nothing, no knowledge, no background in finance whatsoever, she's a journalist. She wrote a book. She doesn't know anything about finance. She has no business being in that position.
A bit of a new face, someone who has not been so closely tied to the Prime Minister so far, Marcia, like others, like Chrystia Freeland, who many Canadians just view as Team Trudeau, right? And so this could be a new face, someone with credibility, someone with experience that the Liberals hope could help change the trend a little bit.
I don't think there's a chance here that Count Chocula here jumps in the Liberals right now. Maybe they're trying to talk him into it. I think he waits for the Liberals to crash and burn in the next election. Then he can swoop in there and try to pick up the party. For right now, I think he'll sit at home counting his dollars and just watching the dumpster fire happen on TV. We go to the comments here. It says, why the heck would Mark Carney jump into a sinking ship? Exactly. Everyone's got their saying here, take up more tax dollars. He can't get a job. Same garbage, new dumpster fire. If he's smart, he'll stay clear of the train wreck. Yeah, he should wait until, it would make no sense, but maybe, his arrogance, his ego thinks he can turn things around. We have to remember here, this guy has 7% recognition of the public. Sure, some people will be like, oh, look at him. Yeah, he's got salt and pepper hair. He must know what he's talking about. Some people are going to be easily swayed. The majority of us are already not voting Liberal, so you'd only be swaying some of the current Liberals. And Justin Trudeau would have to give him a huge shout out even to move over his loyals to him. So it's there's a whole bunch of variables here. He's worse than Freeland. Carbon tax Carney.
So there you have it, carbon tax Carney. It really seems like he's the guy that they're going after. They think his credibility. I could see this, you kick out Freeland, who has absolutely zero credibility as a finance minister. You bring in carbon tax Carney, Bank of England, Bank of Canada, brings a backbone to that sector of the Liberal Party, considering the Liberals don't have a backbone in any sector, whether it's, pick innovation, science, technology, natural resources, defense. All of these ministers all don't have any experience in these areas. They're all a bunch of lawyers. They would have a guy who actually has experience in finance, doing finance. The fact that he's carbon tax Carney is a bad thing, though. So maybe they think Count Chocula will save them. I don't know. It's not going to work, though. Next up, we got this villain or hero Canadian facing 10 years in jail for vandalizing gay pride crosswalk at child's school. This is getting out of hand. I mean, it looks like, you went around and spray painted. This shouldn't be on the road. First off, why do we need distracting colors on the road? Roads are designed with specific colors to keep people safe, to have people know what the rules are and stay within lines and all of that. This is not where this belongs. Now, sure, this guy shouldn't have done this, but 10 years in jail, really? How about we start with Justin Trudeau and one of his scandals? Pick any one of his ministers and their scandals. That's more worthy of 10 years in jail, not this. This isn't even worthy of 10 days in jail. If they wanted to fine him for paint, a couple $100, community service, whatever. 10 years is insane. Neck of a hero. Look at this guy's neck. He's like, 10 years is preposterous. Misdemeanor at worst. Max punishment should be 30 days and a fine. Bro has 90% of his body weight in his neck. Hardened criminals get same-day parole, no jail time. Vandalize a crosswalk and possibly 10 years. Yeah, I mean, you got people stealing $80,000 vehicles and, no problem. Just let them out. Our system is so stupid. Our country is run by complete idiots. Let me know what you guys think about that story. We've got car thieves stealing cars every single day, and then this guy defaces, spray paint on a rainbow sidewalk, which shouldn't be there in the first place. I mean, sidewalks are for driving. Why are we distracting drivers with all these colors? You want to have a pride flag, put it on a flag and stick it up high. Drivers are looking at the road and they're scanning for people walking. They don't need things that visually distract. This is just absolutely insane. But anyways, and the punishment is insane considering we've got people coming over from all these countries in Africa and India and wherever, stealing our cars and then they get literally let out the next day. And with that said, I have another story here of exactly this. A guy steals a car, he gets brought into court, and as he's walking out of the courthouse, he steals another car.
Next up, we got this clip here posted by Pierre Poilievre. It says, Canadians and frontline police have had enough of Justin Trudeau's radical catch and release laws, which release V-word criminals and car thieves to commit more crimes. Bring jail, not bail.
You know, it sounds like a joke. We've talked about the problems with car thefts. What actually happened here in our GTA jurisdiction? Some guy's up before a judge for having stolen a car, gets let off, and went into the parking lot of the courthouse and stole another car. You can't make this stuff up. And that's what gets people frustrated. But can you imagine what it does to our enforcement people that say, here we are doing what it takes, the countless hours, efforts, energy, risk, and then we find out it's a bit of a catch and release system. I must tell you, because you asked the question, I'm glad, it is top of mind concern for my council and our mayors that everybody involved from the federal government on down needs to have a cold, hard look at what it is when we allow people who are the perpetrators of crime to freely go out and the record shows commit more crime while they're waiting for a hearing date. Something's got to give there, and my heart goes out to the victims and to the people in uniform that say, they must want to beat their heads against the wall when they get home some nights and say, what is the point of this if I know these people are back out on the street? So thank you very much for your question. I know it is being reviewed in earnest, but we need stronger results on that file, especially from our federal partners. Thank you.
This only happened in Justin Trudeau's Canada. This wouldn't happen in America. It doesn't. I mean, they have car thefts and stuff. There's too many people with pew-pews down there that someone would just take care of it. And the cops would be fine with that. They like when citizens take care of the dirty work, the dirty business. At this point, if we just took a piece of fruit from the grocery store, like pineapple, and just stuck it in any one of those ministers' chairs, we'd be better off in any one of those defense, justice, innovation, technology. Just put a pineapple in any one of their chairs. We would be better off. Justin Trudeau made a mess of Canadian law. Criminals are more protected than citizens. What a great comment. That's just basically it.
So there you have it. Canada has gone completely insane, punishing guys for putting spray paint on rainbow sidewalks, but not punishing guys who stealing cars, and stealing cars straight out of the courthouse parking lot. You can't make this stuff up. Canada has become the stupidest place to live. That's what it really seems like here at this point. Share your thoughts down below, what you guys thought about all that. Rainbow sidewalk, guy stealing car out of the parking lot, and Justin Trudeau having his secret meeting. What exactly is going on in the secret meeting? I think we'll find out maybe today or tomorrow. Who knows? Whenever they decide to release this information, make some big announcements. I don't know. It is Friday, so maybe they want to make this announcement now before the weekend. Maybe they keep it close to home and then they decide in the coming week. Who knows? But let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks for watching the video here. Be sure to subscribe here to my second channel. We need an extra layer of protection here because there's a lot of funny stuff going on here on my main channel. And now I'm having to move over a bunch of these stories over to here, which the system approves and thinks is totally fine. These kind of stories have been totally fine on my main channel for the past 7 months. But now suddenly I'm having problems putting any of this kind of stuff on there and having to put just very simple, Jordan Peterson interviews, CTV interviews, policy stuff, like only that stuff on the main channel right now, which is, I can't cover the people stealing cars. No, we don't want to be talking about that anymore because that hurts Justin Trudeau's image. Anyways, subscribe to this channel. We're going to keep fighting for freedom. I'll see you guys in the next one.